Today we'll be looking at lookup and master detail relationships within Salesforce. I'll go through what they are, their differences, and how to create them. Both of these relationships are parent and child relationships. So you create the field in the child, and in that field you select who the parent is. You can have one parent, but you can have multiple childs under that parent. So the differences: lookup relationships can have up to 25 per object. Master detail relationships, there can be 2 per object. The main difference between them is that the lookup relationship is loosely linked, while the master detail relationship is closely linked. What that means is that the child can't exist without the parent. So if you create a record of the child, you have to say who the parent is, so you have to fill out the master detail field. And if you delete the parent, it also deletes the child. Closely linked also means that the permissions of the parent are inherited by the child. So you can't customize those permissions, they're automatically inherited. Lastly, only a master detail relationship could have a roll-up summary field. This field helps you to summarize information about the child records. If you want to learn more about that and learn how to create it, check the description for our video on that. First, we'll go through creating a lookup field. I've created an example of our parent object car and a child object trips. The idea being car can go on a bunch of trips. You can assign those trips to a car. So we need to create our field. Go to Use Setup. And you go to Object Manager. And you find your child object, which in this case is trip. Fields and relationships. Go to New. Select Lookup Relationship. Next. Here you select the parent, which in this case is car. I'll go to Next. You can choose the field label, just like any other field. I'll keep it car. So you can also choose what to do when the parent record is deleted. You can make it so that it clears the value, or you can make it so that any parent involved in this kind of lookup relationship can't be deleted. And you can also filter out what appears when you try to select a parent for the lookup. So I'm not going to do that because I want all of them. I'm going to go to Next. Visible to everyone. Next. Next. Save. Now, if I go back or refresh, just click on trip 1. And I notice my fields here, car. So I can assign it to Model C. And then click Save. And now that relationship is created. So if I go to Model C and I refresh, and I go to Related, trip 1 shows up. Now we'll go through creating a master detail relationship. It's important to remember that every child needs to have a parent in this kind of relationship. The problem with that is if you already have records of an object and you create a new field in that object, it'll be blank. So that can't be with a master detail field. So you either need to have no records of that object, or every record needs to have a lookup field and a value assigned to that lookup field. So the master detail will take that lookup field and assign it to that parent object. So in my case, I already have a lookup relationship. So I will go to Fields and Relationships, go to my lookup relationship, car, and I can edit it and change field type. So obviously I have less options here, but past this point, these are the same steps as you would take as if you were creating a new master detail relationship. So you would select master detail relationship, go to next. Like any other field you're creating, you can choose the field label, field name, the description, and help text. The child relationship name is kind of like the field name in that it's just for referencing and integration purposes. With a master detail relationship, you can also select the sharing rules. So based on their access to the parent record, you can determine if they have access to create, edit, and delete the related child records. So you can say they only need read-only access or that they need read-write access. You can also determine if the child can be reparented, meaning that once you create it, you can change the parent. And like a lookup relationship, you can filter for the parent records that you want. Go to next. You'll notice that I can't edit any of these. That's because the child is inheriting the parent permissions. So in order to change these, I need to change the parent permissions. Next. And save. So if you go back to trip 1, click refresh. We now have the master detail relationship. So if we try to delete the parent, the child will be deleted as well. Thanks so much for watching this video. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe to our channel for more Salesforce cloud tips and tricks. Also, check the link in the description to subscribe to our Connex newsletter, where we curate the latest and greatest cloud content to help you become more effective and more aware of the tech that can help your business scale efficiently. Finally, if you need some support for a project or want to bounce some ideas off us, head over to our website and let us know how we can help. Thanks again for listening.